Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles X, and in this episode, I'll be showing you how to make some money. Yeah, not the most exciting thing in the world, probably, but here's the deal. Late game in Xenoblade is all about cash, and unfortunately for me, I'm still kind of broke, so that's why, well, I actually do have some of my late game weapons, but a majority of my armor is in the level 30s, because really, the later you get into the game, the more expensive things are going to be, and the majority of my team members are pretty much in the same area. We definitely need to grind up some credits to afford some of the late game armor, but here's the thing, unless you like doing normal missions and you like questing, chances are you're not going to have that much money, and the money cave doesn't really work anymore. But also, here are my updated arts. I did grind up a bit, and we now have Starfall Blossom to rank 4. I'm pretty sure Starfall Blade and Starfall Rondo were both maxed before, but maxed out Primer and Early Bird. Pretty much standard arts for my main character, and I don't really think we need to show off my posse because they're kind of weak. But yeah, our skills and arts are totally fine. It's our skills that could use some work and also our credits. However, with this off-the-record basic mission, that should be easily remedied very soon. But yeah, once you grab this basic mission, you really want to get it, because this will allow you to get the level 5 mechanical skill. And come to think of it, I need to change the time to around 6 a.m. So I hope the bench is over here. Okay, it is. And hey, how's it go? Anyways, the first step in doing this basic mission, or at least the first step in my eyes, is you just want to take down this one tyrant in Sylvalum. I'll be showing you exactly where he is, but for the time being, you got to make it around 5 a.m. or it won't work. But anyways, let's head to Sylvalum. Once you get to Sylvalum, and hopefully you have Frontier Nav Site 411, fly a bit north. And yes, you do need the flight module to do this basic mission. I mean, I guess you could technically jump all the way up to where we're going, but it's a lot easier with this. And oh yeah, make sure your skills are equipped at least with 1 or 2 G-Busters. It's gonna make this next fight really easy. And you're also noticing this is the last requirement I have to do to finish up this basic mission. That's because I did the second part off screen, so just go a little bit easier. But if you come here around 5 or 6, you'll see this very scary tyrant. Not really. Even though he's level 55, he's mechanical and so easily destroyed by the G-Buster. Like, once we get this going, I'm pretty sure... Wow. Oh. Wow. Wow, crap, I messed that up. I did not think he would lose that much HP that quickly, but yeah. Since he's mechanical and I have Mechanoid... Wow, I'm really bad at it. Since I have Mechanoid Slayer and the G-Busters, and pretty much my entire team has very strong Skells at level 30, this guy should go down relatively quickly. And all you gotta do is beat him one time. It's not, honestly... Try Phoenix... I'm just gonna go ahead and heal up a bit. Oh, actually, he is hurting Lynn a fair bit, but... we should be fine. Really, if you get lucky with cockpit mode and just hit him with 2 G-Busters, he should eventually go. Oh my gosh, he's actually tearing through. That's bad. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. I guess he spawned a bunch of drones and I didn't see them. But yeah, now that we have defeated him, and oh, we got a hollow figure, that's cool. Now that we defeated him, we could technically complete this basic mission, but in case you are still struggling a bit, I'm going to show you how to complete the other 2 requirements of it, and yeah, I don't want to actually track yet since that won't help me. But to start the next thing, we actually need to head to Oblivia, so let's go. Once you arrive in Oblivia, all you have to do is fly up to the highest point in the entire continent, which is, well, right near Frontier Nav Site 315. Simply touch the peak, and this part of the mission will be complete. Honestly, I did this when we were going around collecting all the probes and getting them all, which, come to think of it, we're actually going to get the rest of those in this episode. But yeah, simply, if you haven't already, come to the very tippity top of this area, and you're done. So now that's been taken care of, let's move on to the most annoying parts of this basic mission. And it wouldn't be a Xenoblade difficult mission if we didn't have to do some collecting. So yeah, here's the thing, guys. The final part of this mission is simply get 6 Savage Sketches. They appear in Frontier Nav 515 very seldomly. I highly recommend, if you don't have it already, put on some drop sensor or join, you know, my division. But Yeah, pretty much the best spot I could find is this one. The enemies are very docile, and really, once you collect all of these, simply just warp back, and you should be fine. It should take you roughly about 15 minutes if you have decent luck, but yeah, hopefully you'll get all 6 of those, and then be on your way to obtaining the final mechanical skill, which, come to think of it, I should probably go do, huh? Once you have deciphered all of the really obnoxiously cryptic parts of Off the Record, simply come to the residential district of New LA and come into this alleyway, and you should find this NPC who apparently was withholding this very powerful thing from NLA's military. I don't understand his reasoning, but it's like, oh, you completed all the crud I assigned you. For some reason, I have trials to get my greatest invention that I couldn't have just shared with the RNA team. Like, why would you not tell us about a mechanical skill level? I know it's a role-playing game and stuff, but thinking it from the perspective of the characters, it's just so dumb, guys. Anyways, so he'll put the level 5 mechanical skill into our MIMS, and now that we have this, we can get every single probe active in the game, which is actually pretty cool and upgrade complete. Now I must excuse myself. I look forward to news of... Get out of here, dude. I'm tired of you. Anyways, now that we have done that, I'm going to quickly go around and get every single probe that we currently don't... Well, man, that car was kind of close. But yeah, let's head to Noctilum first. Because in Noctilum, if you fly up to the Celestial Roost, there's actually a fantastic grinding spot that I want to show you guys before I do my whole get all the probes. And if they could show up, that'd be really cool. Where the heck? Okay, there they are. So if you're kind of bored fighting that one enemy in Oblivia, you could always give this guy a shot. These are level 60 enemies, and debatably they are the best EXP to the level cap. Just because, yeah, you can kind of just bind them and G-Buster them down, and they can't really do too much as long as you get the first attack, and chances are if you use your G-Buster from behind, they should go down really easily. And yeah, 700 EXP at this point in the game, not too terrible, but the main thing I came here to do is get the rest of the probes. Now I have almost every single one in the game, and really, if you're playing at home, it should not be too difficult to track any of these down, but yeah, we're almost done now. This is going to increase our revenue by a very tiny amount, but we still want as much money as we can. So really quickly, I'm going to go all around Mira and... Really? Wow, that was... I think that's the first time that's ever happened this whole LP, but anyways. Disconnecting from the server aside, I'm going to fly around all of Mira and start collecting some probes. So be right back once I'm done. And that actually didn't take very long at all because, well, I decided to change my scale. Anyways, now that we have mechanical level 5, we have every single probe in the game, it's time to actually farm some research probes. And, well, I'll be showing you how to do that. So, right back to Noctilum we go! Yeehaw! God, I love this place so much. Anyway, so the thing about farming probes in Xenoblade is you can't really get them to drop from enemies, and they can only be found in mechanical chests. And now that we have mechanical level 5, there is nothing stopping us from getting all the probes in the game. However, here's the thing, there's so many chests in this game, guys. It's kind of tough to show you the locations of all of them. And where the heck is... I literally researched this before I came... God dang, alright, I need to find this. Oh, there it is. Anyways, so really quickly, I'm going to be showing you the locations of a variety of chests that have probes in them. This one right here, it's decent. Really, anything like under a 4... Oh, wow, that was really fast. Anything under 4 isn't too great, but hey, I'll take that one. Not too bad. Anyways, on to the next probe. Yet again, this time in Noctilum, if you come over to this area, which, well, you may recognize because we were here for a very large portion of, well, Chapter 6, but if you come all the way down, you should see a very, very tiny yellow square. Simply get out of your Skell, open this up, and you should have another research probe. And I really gotta say, not a fan of how they decided to do this, and mechanical level 1, that'll give us, ooh, a 3. Not bad. I think that's a 3. Might be a 2, actually. Anyways, now on to Oblivia. Once you're in Oblivia, head to the south near the Drowning Ring, which is exactly where we are. Yeah, there we go. Area discovered. I can't believe I didn't have this area before. And go right behind it, and you'll find another I want to say this thing is a Skell, but it looks almost too tiny to be that. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but anyways, there's another probe for you to acquire. We're not done yet, though. Come to the immediate center of Oblivia. Here's a map for those who are curious. It's right here. And enter the South Ant's Nest, and this chest should have exactly what I'm looking for. Yes, another research probe. We're almost done, just a couple more, and we should be able to get a really, really big revenue ring, but to get to the next one, it's gonna be a little tricky. Not necessarily a research probe, but if you come over to Frontier Nav Site 307 and then immediately change to Elma, this is where you can get a free duplicator probe, which usually you'd have to complete some of Kirsty's quests or similar things to that degree to get access to this type of probe. But for my strategy, I highly recommend you pick this one up if you don't have a duplicator probe yet for some reason. But yeah, Shadowrunner, you've seen it before. Since we're just coming in here to pick up one chest, it makes sense just to run past all these enemies, and oh boy, that's a nice piggy you got there. But yeah, now we are one duplicator probe richer. But the booster probe party is not over yet. Simply come to the north coast, and I don't think you need the flight module for this, and you probably could have got this one really easily. Yeah, you definitely don't need it, but you can come up here, simply drop down from the cliff, or just jump up here by whatever means you wish. And you'll find a mechanical level 2 chest, which will have another research probe for you. We're finally done with Oblivia, though. Now we're heading to Sylvalum, which is where you're probably going to encounter a lot more dangerous enemies. But if you come over to this area in Sylvalum, right here on the map, there is another mechanical chest for you to acquire. And speaking of enemies that are really, really destructive, if you come to this Frontier Nav site right near the giant glowing globe thing and locate this yellow chest, I can't recommend this one enough. And oh god, there's a lot of really strong enemies. Simply come down and wait, is this the one I'm thinking? I really hope it is, or that'd be really embarrassing. But let's crack. Wait, no, I didn't want to get in my Skell again. Where's the prompt? God dang it. Well, this is not going well at all for me. Perform the field action and get another research probe. And this one, while not necessarily a research probe of any kind, it is a very nice probe to have, and since it's used to get one of the strongest Skells in the entire game in the post-game, might as well show it off now. But if you're in need of any storage probes, simply come to this giant volcano in Sylvalum, where we literally just picked up a probe like 2 times ago, and I kind of had to come back because I forgot this was here. Switch over to Elma, and honestly, just Shadowrun again, guys. Shadowrunning's pretty great. So simply fall down, and hopefully you have it to rank 3 or more, because there are some really deadly... Oh, that looked painful. There are some really deadly enemies guarding this. However, since we're in Shadowrunner... Oh, wow, that looks really cool. We don't really need to worry about them, and please don't let me get spotted. That'd be... Pretty sure we're safe, yeah. But come to the end of this cavern, and here is your ever so coveted storage probe. Yeah, that's really nice. Anyways, that's all we can do in Sylvalum for right now. So let's head to Kaldros to pick up our last probes. In Kaldros, at the very beginning of the area, you can come over to the west side of the region and simply locate this chest. It won't have the best research probe ever, but hey, it's a G4. Thank God, the print in this game's so tiny. It's just basically waiting for you there. But even better than that is this probe, which honestly, get it as quickly as you can because it's going to increase your revenue by so much. Come over to this little, like, thing supporting the bridge. I don't know what you'd call that in geology. I want to say a stalactite, but that's definitely not it. Okay, come over to the thing supporting the bridge. That'll do. And locate this very, very well hidden mechanical chest. Get this and get a G6 research probe. Debatably the best thing in the whole game, or at least what I'm trying to... There obviously are better research probes, but you know what I mean. Anyways, now that we got all the probes we're gonna need, let's head back to Oblivia and get started on farming. So here's the deal with Xenoblade Chronicles X. It is true, doing quests gives you decent credits. However, now I'm going to show you a mediocre setup on how you can easily get 100,000 credits every 30 minutes, which might not sound a lot, but it adds up. Trust me. Before we begin our farming process though, I highly recommend you get all the scenic views that you can in Oblivia. The first one I'm going to show you is right here, literally atop the giant ring. Not technically required to have the flight module, but it makes your life a lot easier. The reason we're doing this is because it drastically increases your revenue gain, and come to think of it, now I need to remember where the next one is. The next scenic view we are after is near the Prime Vol Meadow, which, well, come to think of it, all you have to do is simply have the flight module fly north a bit from that Frontier Nav site, which I already forgot the numbers of, and simply locate this really weird looking cliff, but at the same time I like it. So yeah, this is uncharted territory and apparently increases our revenue gain, so make sure you visit here at some point if you're looking for money. In the last scenic view, I need to max out my discovery and increase my revenue for Oblivia. Can be found just a bit south of the Frontier Nav Site 315. All you have to do is find this cliff with 3 trees in it, get near it, and you're done. So now that's been taken care of, make sure you have all the scenic views you can obtain in Oblivia, and then, well, get your research probes ready, because it's time to farm. And now that you have all the scenic views you can acquire, you're going to start building up your revenue gain. So to do this, you will need 1 booster probe, 1 duplicator probe. I'd like to have more than just 3 level 6 research probes, but unfortunately that's all I could obtain. And I also have 2 research probe 5s. Configure them into this setup, and if you have all of these scenic views in Oblivia, you should see a gigantic revenue gain. Now obviously this is far from a optimal build. If I had better research probes, I could maybe create something a bit better, but this is primarily what you want to focus on, getting this type of setup. And obviously, get as many research probes on the map as you can. That will just increase your revenue gain exponentially. Really, just make sure you visit all the scenic routes and just make sure you have all of those on your bottom screen. You'll know because when you go to a probe, it should say scenic views found. It might be 0 out of 2 or 1 out of 2. Make sure you grab all of those and your revenue will just shoot up like crazy. And well, now that I have this setup, all we gotta do is wait. That's kind of the best part about Xenoblade in my opinion, at least the Frontier Nav Site system. All you have to do is make sure your game does not idle and simply just wait. So either tie your gamepad to a fan or something and you'll be generating a lot of revenue. And speaking of which, I'm going to do that basically. So meet you guys back once I have roughly 4 million credits. Many revenue cycles later, we are now at 4 million credits. And wow, that took a really long time actually. Yeah, I didn't say this was the fastest method, but it certainly is the laziest. Anyways, now I want to talk about a couple of things. So first off, I'm going to upgrade Candid Incredible to level 5. Once this AM has reached the highest level, they're going to serve better armor. And also, if you want to purchase a level 50 Skell, which is why we're saving up so much money, make sure Sakuraba Industries is at level 5, or the Skells will not simply appear in the shop. But speaking of Skells, yeah, here's the thing, guys. This is not necessary at all, but just to make the final chapter go my way, I'm going to purchase the most powerful Skell that we can get before the post-game. You do not need to do this. Honestly, any level 50 Skell on your main character with decent weapons will pretty much win you the chapter. And come to think of it, I still need to talk about this ground gear. So yes, I did purchase level 55 ground gear for my main character, but now that we need to farm up some weapons for our main character's Skell, highly recommend the Candid Incredible level 55. It is going to cost you a lot, but if you are searching for intergalactic rarity weapons, wow, just get a whole set of this for your entire party, and those drop sensors are going to stack and get you really strong weapons. And kind of think of it, let's head to the hangar and talk about what weapons our Skell has. So any store-bought level 50 Skell is going to come with some mediocre weapons. Also, I hope you guys like this color scheme. It's I try to make it like the Monado, but I don't really think it works for the really bulky Skell design. But anyways, the weapons on our Skell currently are mediocre at best. The Scythe is okay, Dark Edge is a decent skill, but really, I'm on the search for something a little bit stronger, and well, you should be too. So let's actually equip our Skell and get hunting for some very powerful weapons. And alright guys, it's time to farm a G-Buster level 50. So just north of Frontier Nav Site 406, you're going to encounter these huge enemies. Now currently, we're not going to defeat them super easily just because, well, my weapons are not too amazing. But if you can get behind them and use Dark Edge, it should crit and pretty much one-hit KO him. Oh, we actually aggroed this guy. Well, I guess you're getting to see my new skill in action, which is pretty cool, but these guys have potential to drop intergalactic level 50 weapons, which if you're just trying to end the game, will make it a complete cakewalk. Like, honestly, any level 50 Skell with an intergalactic G-Buster will win the game pretty easily. However, the drop chances... okay, nothing good. is very, very low. That is where the candid, incredible level 55 like armor comes in handy. Heck, you don't even need level 55, dude. Honestly, oh wow, that was, yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. Any weapons or the sort or armor that has drop sensor on it, if you get that, you should get a G-Buster in around 20 minutes. Obviously, though, I spent a lot of money on this Skell. I don't have any more funds to try and get it. And ooh, that's actually really good. Hey, it's not the intergalactic version, but I'll take it. Not bad, but yeah. I want to see what these guys drop. I don't understand like what the pugilists really drop. I've seen them like nothing that time. Get it. Well, here's the deal though. When you run out of enemies to take down, simply just reload the map. Once you do that, all the Puge will come back and pretty much repeat this process until you get some decent level 50 weapons. They do drop a lot of sidearms too, so if you're in the search for them, this is a decent spot to grab those. If I just get behind him, I want to see if I can maybe get one intergalactic on. So far, my luck has been pretty high in this game as far as golden drops go, so come on. Nope, nothing, dang. Getting really unlucky on camera, it seemed, but yeah. I can't recommend this area enough. Honestly, just come here and just destroy everything to your... Ooh. I guess we got 2 G-Busters. Let's actually check out the stat. Oh, wow. Yeah, so, heck, that's actually good enough. You know what? I'm going to use that instead of the intergalactic version. But, yeah, this is the area where you come to get really strong Skell parts. And I kind of want to check that out right now. So, the deal with late game with your Skells is, really... just give them the strongest weapons you can get. The store-bought ones are... Ooh, baby, that'll do the trick. The store-bought ones are going to be mediocre, but really, this one... I mean, you saw it right here. I just got 2 straight off the bat, so they're not too tough to grab. But, yeah, basically, if you want to beat the last part of the game, buy yourself a level 50 Skell. Doesn't have to... not sure if I want to use these beam sabers or not. Yeah, I'll settle that later, but yes, simply just grind up some money. Come get a G-Buster from this area. It should not take you long. And oh my god. Yeah, level 50 Skells are pretty strong, huh? But the problem with this game is the threshold to get to level 50 Skells is just so many credits. It might take you a while, but yeah, now that we've done that, don't think I'm gonna grind. Kind of want to just... I really, really want to just try and get a level 50 intergalactic weapon. We don't have any so far, and god dang it. I accidentally aggroed him, but yeah, once you get the level 50 Phoenix Wing, which can also drop here, wow, it shouldn't take you too long to beat the game, and we'll just finish this guy off. Why the heck not? What can I say? I like using my G-Buster. Yeah, that thing's pretty darn strong. Okay, it's pretty safe to assume we're ready for the end of the game. God damn. Oh yeah, we definitely are. And nothing good. God damn it. Alright, whatever. Anyways, now that we've taken care of this and I've shown you how to grind up, let's get ready for the final chapter. And now that we have our Skells fully decked out with G-Busters, guys, it pains me to say this, but our adventure's almost over. I hope this video was even slightly helpful in teaching you how to get revenue, because honestly, Chapter 12 might cost you a lot of money, which really was my biggest issue for this Let's Play, but then again, I did buy a lot of armors. Anyways, now there's nothing stopping us from taking on the final chapter of the game. We're all suited up. We have level 55 gear on our main character, and we also have a level 50 Skell. And in the next episode of Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles X, we end the game. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and see you in the next video. Bye.